For my 19th upgrade, I got the RPM steering blocks. This isn't for performance, it's for strength. The reason why I got this is because, well, one of them is starting to break. The reason how I can tell is that these wheels are very wobbly. The reason why is because the steering blocks, where the pin from the caster block goes up through the steering blocks and into the other side of the caster block, it's actually cracking. So slowly but surely, it's just finally going to break. So I went ahead and got the RPM ones. To install these, it's going to be a little bit more complicated than a upgrade like, let's just say, the rear shock tower or the rear carrier arms. But step one, I'm going to have to take off the two front tires. The tires are off now, so what we have to do now is unscrew that screw that holds on the caster block, the front upper link, and the steering link. I've gotten all the links off. Now I can just pull this off. And that piece right there is what I need to get. Alright, now it's time to go ahead and get this assembly apart. I've already unscrewed this, so this will slide out. And if you have a stock Rustler, then it'll actually come with a little pin with two E-clips on it. So now what we're going to have to do is take the steering block off the caster block. Now we have to work on getting some of this stuff out. We're going to get the hex out, and then that little pin that we need to get out, that fell out. And then the drive shaft come out, and then there's little bushings in there. I'm not going to reuse them, so I'm just going to keep them in there for now. And then also I'll have to unscrew this screw to hold on the camber links. Now it's time to go ahead and get the RPM steering box back onto the RPM caster box. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the bearings, hey, 2 for 1, put one on each side, okay, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the drive shaft, slide it in, and we're going to get one of the Teflon washers, slide that on there. Now we're going to get the little drive pin, slide that through its little hole. Then we're going to get the hex, slide that on. And that's about it. Then what we're going to have to do is take this screw and then screw it all the way back up so that we can attach the camber link. I got the screw in. Now it's time to get the steering block to the caster block. Alright, we're going to take the little pin here, little screw, slide it through the steering block and into the other side of the caster block. Second. Alright, here we go. And then we're just going to screw it in. Alright, there we go. Steering block is on the caster block. And now to make sure it's going smooth, you just want to turn it back and forth, make sure there's nothing binding or anything. Actually, I can actually feel a little bit of binding, so I'm just going to loosen it up just a hair. And yeah, that's better. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and install it back on to the rust. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and get the caster block back onto the arms. Now we're going to take this little pin, get the holes lined up, push it in, and now we're going to go ahead and screw it in. I'm not going to show me doing the other side because that's boring, especially when I just did it. Alrighty, there we go. Now I have to go ahead and get the all the links attached back on to it. I got the steering block on the caster block and back onto the car. There's not much different it looks at all, besides the little RPM logo on there. And now I just have to do the other side, and then this upgrade is pretty much complete. I got the other RPM steering block in, and I can tell there's a big difference between the bushings and the bearings. I'm going to show you here. Get a tire under the wheel so I can spin it. Alright, so spin it, and it just seems like it just keeps going and going and going and going. For the bushings, it would have probably stopped right about now. But yeah, it just keeps going and going. The other side, unfortunately, I was one bearing short. So I'm gonna have to go over to the hobby store and pick up another set. Oh, and by the way, I shop at Hobby Town, and for my big purchases, I go online because I can get it cheaper there. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time.